I think it's really trying to build your network. Also looking for super connectors is something I found helpful. So getting to know perhaps a lawyer or a banker who knows a lot of people in your industry. They want to help you out because they're hoping for more business eventually, but that has been another helpful technique. Like 2 of my 4 advisors came from a banker who is a super connector. And they're highly motivated again to help because they want your business one day, whether that's on the personal side or corporate. But it's just being ruthless with like finding the person via your network and developing a network.
Welcome to the Ecomm Breakthrough Shortcuts. In these 5-minute episodes, we cut straight to the real stories, real numbers, and the real lessons learned from brand builders and entrepreneurs just like yourself. No fluff, just high impact takeaways that you can apply into your business today.
I use a hiring principle. We could talk more about hiring because there's a few best practices I found really helpful, but there's this concept of a scorecard. So, and I'm sure you're familiar with this, but like it's basically, distilling what I want in this person. So I literally wrote out, I wanted a few different advisors. So I made a few different scorecards, but I want one advisor who has built a consumer brand with a high margin consumable product to, a 9-figure exit. I want another one who's built a pet brand, with heavy online sales. So like I try to get really specific on the advisor such that it matched what I was trying to do. Because the closer I could find someone who's done what I want to do, the higher probability that I could then emulate. So for me, it's online sales, a specific exit target, it's industry focus. And once I got very clear on that and wrote it down, to me, it's then kind of a scorched earth approach. Like I'm going to do everything I can to find people. I find most people, you could find anyone on the street to give you advice. And this is the problem. People take advice from anyone. Like that's so stupid in my opinion, because anyone can give you an opinion. Like obviously the guy off the street versus the dude who's done exactly what they want to do, there's a massive opportunity cost in that advice. Most people settle for mediocrity with where they're getting their advice. So I always say be mindful of the opportunity cost. It's one of the most important things. There's unlimited information in the world today. So only get your information from the sources you think have the highest probability to help you, and then action against that. Because every hour of your execution, your team's execution, thousands of hours per year is going against your information sources. So you better make sure your information sources are fantastic. So that's why take time to write a very specific scorecard and then go to your network to try to find these people. And that is a challenge. And that's where it's important to really build out a network. And sometimes it comes down to like one breadcrumb, right? Like when I moved to Austin, I got connected to a guy who's building a fantastic consumer brand. That was my one entry point. And he was very gracious and met with me, gave me great advice. And, I always tell people, like, if you get a meeting with someone who's kind of doing what you want to do, like be super gracious with their, grateful for their time, like send a follow up, maybe a gift, tell them how you're implementing it. And then, hey, who else can I talk to? So I think it's really trying to build your network. Also looking for super connectors is something I found helpful. So getting to know perhaps a lawyer or a banker who knows a lot of people in your industry. They want to help you out because they're hoping for more business eventually, but that has been another helpful technique. Like 2 of my 4 advisors came from a banker who is a super connector. And they're highly motivated again to help because they want your business one day, whether that's on the personal side or corporate. But it's just being ruthless with like finding the person via your network and developing a network. There's masterminds you can join. Like I ended up joining YPO, there's EO, all these different things.
Yeah.
And the mechanics that I would share, there's something called the FAST agreement. So if your listeners just Google FAST agreement, and I could probably put it in the link. The FAST agreement I found incredibly helpful for basically saying it's a structure, it's a contract on how to work with your advisor. Very simple. It basically says for this stage company, this much bandwidth from the advisor equals this much equity. So you end up giving your advisors like 0.2 to 0.8% equity. But again, how do you even know what an appropriate equity pool is? How do you know what best practices? Find the people who have done it. They built a 9-figure exit company. They've probably been through this. So you can learn that from your advisor. So they help me understand, hey, if you're building a business like this, you probably want to have 10% of your company set aside for your management team / advisors. And that's what I do.